First of all, thank you. My name is Sean Martinson. I will be presenter this year at Ties. I've been down there for a few years in a row. You probably recognize me. I typically have my two daughters trailing around with me. As crazy as it may seem, kind of one of my stipulations is I'd love to come down and present, but I have to bring some family with it. It makes it much more enjoyable. I kind of went back and forth and thought, you know what, maybe I should have a green screen and get real fancy and have some NASA and space shuttles behind me. But then I thought, you know what, if I'm being asked to share more about who I am as a person, I think it's probably more accurate to share something like this. It's late at night. It's about 10 o'clock, 10:30. My kids and everybody's asleep. I've just gotten back from a soccer match over in Duluth. Drove over there right after school. Caught the last half of my daughter's game and drove back. So hopefully one thing you pick up about me is that I'm very busy and I like to keep things simple. So although I know how to do the bells and whistles, I understand that there's also a purpose and a time to what we do in education. You probably even hear my music in the background. I always love to listen to the Foo Fighters. I got NASA. My life is crazy and it's busy, and I love that. But what I'm going to talk about this year at Ties is empowering students. And part of it, empowering students, I believe, is giving them a voice in what they're doing, giving them the choice when you can, giving them an audience. And the audience, I'd like to talk about breaking down the barriers in education between what we do in the hallway in the school and the teacher, even myself as a principal, and get things out to families. Families are busy, just like myself. Everyone's busy, but how do we connect with what kids are doing during the school day and the school year to what they're doing at home? Example I like to use is music programs and artistic programs and evaluations that families come in for. They typically see the end product, but they rarely have the opportunity to see all of the work that went in along the way to build toward that. So even in that respect of being able to bring families in to show them the great things that we do and that you do, you're also empowering the kids to say, hey, there's a purpose to what I'm doing. Yeah, it's great that I'm going to share whatever I'm being asked to do with my teacher, but how much greater is it that I can open it up to my family, the school district around me, the community, the world. So that's one thing I'm going to talk about. And then the other thing I'd like to talk about this year is even empowering yourself as an educator, in that how do you leverage the social networks and the professional tools that are out there to build your own network so that you know who to work and leverage off of and catch up on a lot of the great things that are out there, but also how can you network and continue to build and learn and communicate with others. Like I said, I like to keep it simple. This is my dog. He's 14 years old and he's just walking behind me. And I hope that you'll get that sense from coming to a session with me that it's not about the bells and whistles. It's not about the tools. It's not about the technology. It's about what you can do with the technology. It's about what you can do for yourself as a learner to empower yourself, but it's also about what you can do for the children that you work with. And I think no matter what the generation, I think if you can empower yourself and empower the kids, you will see great things come. So, hey, if you attend one of my sessions, I think you'll have a blast. You'll leave with some very common sense ideas. I'll give you some actual practical approaches. I'll give you very specific things. And I share my contact information. You can check with me anytime you want. Like I said, I'm busy, but I get back to people when they have questions. And like I said, this is what it is, and it was very purposeful that, yes, I'm sitting in my garage, my family's asleep, I'm listening to the Foo Fighters, I'm probably going to look at something about NASA because I think it's amazing. But it's who I am, and I hope that this gives you an idea of who I am as a person, as an instructor, and that you join me for one of my sessions. And even if you don't join me, like I said, you'll probably see me at Ties. I will be bringing my daughters with again, and if you see two young, a middle school and an elementary age young lady joining some sessions, they probably belong to me, and they are empowered learners as well. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you at Ties this year.